All right, guys. So there's some stuff happening in Minnesota, a lot of fraud and stuff like that. Now, listen, guys. I'm gonna. All right. I'm gonna tell you real quick. I've lived a criminal life. I have been to prison. I know how all that stuff works. I've been on both sides, guys. See, you can't mess with someone that has been on both sides because they know how they both work. And when someone's just got to start calling you names and this and that, and they're getting defensive, it's because they have no choice. The fraud that has happened over there in Minnesota should piss anyone that has a job and is paying taxes right now. That should piss you guys off. Why should it piss you off? Well, let me think. You go to work every single day. You work 40 hours. Some of us work more, maybe less. You're working your ass off. You're barely making it. How much taxes are they taking out of your check? Those taxes they're taking out of your checks, man, sometimes for some of us, it feels like it's almost half your freaking check. You see the amount they take out, and you're like, damn. And then you hear about stuff like Minnesota where they're stealing that money and they're just handing it out. Our hard earned worked money is just being handed out like it's nothing. Like it's worthless paper. Like they just hand it out to whoever they think deserves it. Why? Why does your hard work? And then they have the gall to start turning around saying, oh, it has to do with race. That's only because they're backed into a corner. They got caught with some fraud and they're in a lot of trouble right now. So, of course, they're going to say anything and do anything to try and get them out of that. And because that narrative has been going along, of course, they're going to go along with it. That's all they got. Why wouldn't they? I'd be doing the same thing if I was in that situation. Shit, I don't want to be arrested. I don't want to lose all my free money I've been handing out. How ridiculous is it that some people actually are mad about that? Man, if you're a taxpayer and you're actually upset that they're handing out your free money and you actually think somehow that's racist, which it has nothing to do with race. We don't care. No one cares what race they are. It has nothing to do with it. As far as I'm concerned, we're all the human race. We're all the same. I mean, I get so tired of these names, but guys, take it from someone that's been on the streets and in prison, and all that stuff. Listen, guys, when they just call you these names just they don't mean nothing. They're desperate attempts to get under our skin. So don't worry about it. Ignore it. The more you ignore it, the more power you give it, the more power it'll have over you. Just ignore their name calling. Who cares what they say? Words are words. They're blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like who cares? We have freedom of speech. People can say whatever they want. They can call you names from here to the other side of the world. It don't really matter. At the end of the day, what matters beyond words is actions. When I look at someone, because dude, I have been around the most manipulative people in the world. You're a drug addict of 20 years. You've seen and been through some manipulative shit. I've seen everybody. I know their tactics. I know how it is, guys. And words are just blah 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 blah. You can't judge anything off of just pure words. Actions is policies. Actions is what's important. Words don't mean shit. Any liar, any scum of the earth, any lowlife, any person of any kind can make up some words and say them. Anyone can do that. Person of power, person of no power. Anyone on this earth has the capability of just making up some words and blah, 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 blah. But not everyone has the capability of actually doing the actions and actually putting those actions into play. Actions are more important than words, guys. We have freedom of speech so we can say what we can say, but at the end of the day, don't pay attention to the words. Pay attention to the actions and what's actually going on and how it's affecting you. Be smart about this, guys. I don't know about you, but I don't want to go freaking work my ass off 40 hours a week all the time, paying freaking taxes just so they can hand it out to whoever the hell they think it's appropriate for. That's freaking ridiculous. And anyone that's on board with that obviously probably doesn't pay taxes. And if they do, then I don't know what the heck's wrong with them. All right, then. I got to go to work and pay my taxes. Peace out.